a $40 billion promise from Donald Trump, a nation on the brink of economic collapse and an election that could reshape Latin America. This isn't just a vote in Argentina, it's a global power play. Argentina is on the edge. Key midterm elections are happening, renewing half the lower house and a third of the Senate. For President Javier Milei, whose approval rating has plummeted to 35%, this is a critical test. His support is crumbling due to corruption scandals involving his inner circle, including his sister Karina Milei, suspected of lobbying and corruption, as well as accusations of crypto fraud. Adding to his troubles are his unfulfilled economic promises, especially his pledge to curb inflation without causing a recession. Argentina's economy, plagued by decades of chronic inflation, is the central issue. Milei's harsh policies, hiking interest rates, cutting the money supply, and slashing public spending and subsidies have only partially tamed inflation. But the cost has been a deep recession. Artificially propping up the peso has paralyzed national production and exports, while making imports cheap. This has crushed consumption, shuttered businesses, frozen investments, and lowered real incomes. Mass layoffs in the public sector and the privatization of state assets have fueled social unrest, leading to massive protest. A recent $12 billion IMF loan is propping up the peso before the election, but experts see this as a temporary fix that just delays an inevitable currency collapse. Into this chaos steps Donald Trump. On October 16th, he announced a $20 billion allocation to Argentina, promising another $20 billion if Milei wins. This is a U.S. Treasury swap operation for short-term stabilization of the peso. Trump's move is seen as unprecedented interference and blackmail, as the financial support is openly tied to a political outcome. Despite this, the peso continues to fall on the black market, and investors expect a massive devaluation right after the election, showing a deep lack of confidence in the current policy. The geopolitical context is crucial. Against the backdrop of Trump's refusal to support Ukraine, this $20 billion for Argentina signals a potential major shift in U.S. foreign policy. It's the largest direct U.S. financial aid to a foreign state since 1995. This generosity isn't just about ideological kinship with Milei, it's about U.S. strategic interests. Securing Argentina's vast lithium reserves, critical for electric vehicles, countering the growing influence of China and Russia in Latin America, and cementing a pro-U.S. regime for regional stability. The situation has alarming historical parallels. A populist outsider comes to power and collides with the hard reality of governance. The multi-billion-dollar U.S. IMF injections before an election are reminiscent of Russia's loan to Ukraine's Yanukovych in 2013, which didn't prevent his fall. Milei's chances are now 50-50. His key task is to win at least a third of the votes in both houses to keep a blocking minority, allowing him to influence legislation. Failure means an opposition parliament, political paralysis, and the threat of impeachment. For Russia, a Milei defeat and the return of the Peronists, traditionally favoring a multi-directional foreign policy, would be beneficial, opening new avenues for cooperation and potentially bringing Argentina back into BRICS. Argentina stands at a crossroads, caught between internal collapse and becoming a pawn in a new global confrontation. The outcome of this election will ripple far beyond its borders. Do you think Trump's financial intervention will save Milei? And what does this mean for the balance of power in the Americas? Share your analysis in the comments below. We want to hear your perspective. If you appreciate our deep dive geopolitical coverage, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more essential updates.